Hello. So I was watching a vlog last night by the great Bob Reynolds, an incredible saxophone player based out of LA. I was watching a vlog that he did last night where he talked about this book that he was reading by James Clear called Atomic Habits. And he did a super awesome video where he talked about this concept that was explored in the book called the Goldilocks Rule that I will link up here. But when I heard him talk about that book, I'm a huge fan of self-help books and like personal growth and how we can understand our habits better and how we can grow and learn. So I decided to start reading that book. I ordered it on Amazon and it will be here in a couple of days from when I shoot this video. But I decided I would pick up the Audible version of the book and listen to it on my phone. So I was listening to the beginning of it. I'm probably about an hour of the way in, so I think that's like probably about somewhere through the first 1 to 2 chapters, I would say. Probably about a chapter 2. And he talked about this concept that I was really fascinated about, that I think I'm getting better at applying it in my practice, but I want to get better at applying it through a lot of other aspects of my life, you know, in terms of the way that I handle my finances, the way that I handle, you know, my content creation and you know, the business side of my music, and a multitude of other things, you know, in my personal life, you know, from health related stuff to whatever. So, but he talks about this thing that he calls the 1% rule. And the whole idea that if we can improve 1% through small increments of time throughout the year, by the end of the year we can be, say, like 37% better or something, I think was a number that he used. Conversely, if we ignore that and we get 1% worse every day, we can form really bad habits for whatever we're trying to do. And I think this is something that's really interesting and really relatable to the current situation where we're in, where we're stuck at home and it's really easy to get bogged down and demotivated and not wanting to do anything. You know, or one of the things that's really great about being in the situation for a lot of us is that it gives us the opportunity to do something that I think we're rarely going to have the opportunity to do again, and that is crafting a routine for ourselves in a completely open and flexible environment. And I think one of the things that this pandemic and this whole shutdown is going to do is really concentrate the people that are motivated and want to focus and the people that are demotivated and don't want to focus and are just gonna sort of let this coast over them. I really don't want to have all of this coast over me, and it's really hard not to sometimes. But one of the things that I thought was really inspiring listening to that book about this whole 1% rule is the whole idea of if I can do one thing in my routine or one thing in my practice that just allows me to be 1% better at what I'm doing or what I'm trying to work on, by the end of the week I can be 7 or almost 10% better at what I was trying to do, you know, from a foundational standpoint and from a place of growth. I think it's really freeing to think about, especially in a time like this, you know, where we're probably gonna be in here realistically at least a good month and a half is what I'm thinking. You know, so if you think about a month and a half, what is that, like 40, 50 days? Let's just say 50 days for the sake of argument. So 1% every day. If you were to pick one task and get 1% better at it every day throughout this entire thing, like weird example that I'm working on is I want to get better at making omelets because I suck at making omelets. Or I really want to get better at my understanding and conceptualization and use of the melodic minor scale and all of the modes inside of the melodic minor scale. So if I can just be 1% better every day by the end of this, I'll be 50% better than I was today if I started working on it today. Insert whatever skill. So anyway, interesting little tidbit that I picked up from the first chapter of that book. I'm very excited to keep reading on. I will link that book in the description below, and I will put a picture of it right up here. It's a book called Atomic Habits by James Clear, and you should totally check it out if you are into self-help books or if you are into not being bored during this pandemic and trying to learn a little bit. That's one of the things that really helps me, you know, from feeling trapped and bogged down, is the idea of at least filling my brain, controlling how much I learn if I can't control anything else. So anyway, interesting thought. onto transcription. I must be crazy because I could have sworn that I actually said what I was transcribing, but I see, as I'm editing this video, I'm realizing I apparently did not do that. I will now tell you what I'm transcribing. In this video, I'm transcribing a saxophone and trombone solo off of a song called Human Nature, a Madonna song, as covered by the great Youngblood Brass Band on their 1998 album Unlearn. I believe the players, actually don't know what the players are because I don't think they're, I could never find their credits, but I think it might be Tony Barba and Joe Goltz, but I don't know. If anybody knows, let me know in the comments below because I would love to figure out who they are so I can study them further. Anyway, I feel like a real weirdo because I swore that I recorded this bit already, but guess we're doing it again. Anyway, back to transcription. There we go. That's a tough one right there. That diminished 7 resolution there. Look at that monster right there. Oof. It's hard for me to get my tense up because I messed up my I cut my, let me see if the camera will pick that up. I cut my fingernail too short. Come on, Canon autofocus, I believe in you. Cut my fingernail too short. So now every time I do these little especially like just tenth voice things or any type of thing where I have to curve my finger over, I get that pain. Gotta be careful. Grow back soon, please. But always good to work on chords. Yeah, C, E, G, E, G, C, G, C, E. Or you can do the traditional voicings, the way most bass players I feel like play them, with the third on top, and then inverting from there. Get those gross, mucky low end frequencies out and make them a little more breathable. Exercise. There's a really cool arpeggio exercise from the Jaco Pastorius Modern Electric Bass book, which also happens to be right next to me. This dude. The Jaco Pastorius Modern Electric Bass, which is this dude. Really cool arpeggio exercise. And go back down. Do it with the old Seeing as how I'm nearly done with that transcription and I'm going to go on a walk, I feel like it's an appropriate place to end this video. If you enjoyed this, please let me know in the comment section below. Leave me a like, consider subscribing, and turn on bell notifications so you can be notified whenever I upload a video. I upload every Wednesday at 12 p.m. Eastern Time because I live on the East Coast. Have a beautiful rest of your evening and stay safe and don't let the virus get you. Let me know in the comments below what you're shedding on or what you're transcribing or what you're hitting on in your playing. I would love to know and I would love to engage and learn from you guys in the comment section and share what you're doing as well. So anyway, I think it's only fair that I take a cue from Adam Neely and